Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I have 7 little tips and tricks to help you transition from the open world Modern Warfare Zombies over into round based here in Black Ops 6 to make your life a little bit easier and teach you some of the lessons that I learned just myself as I would hop into game and not be so good at the game, which I think a lot of you might be in that same boat. So here are just some of the things that I learned to help make my life a little bit easier when transitioning here to round based zombies. So number 1 on my list is training zombies. You have to train up your zombies here in Black Ops 6. Yeah, I know, I get it. Nobody wants to run around in circles, but I'm gonna be real honest. You all did it in Modern Warfare Zombies as well. You still ran around and you trained up your zombies in Modern Warfare Zombies, just like you need to here in Black Ops 6 with round based. It is still zombies at its core, and that is how you deal with zombies, is through training. It's critically important to train your zombies properly in order to get them in a nice tight little bunch that is much easier for you to take out an entire horde if they're all kind of clumped together rather than spread out all over the map. And I know that you had that a little bit in Modern Warfare Zombies, where they would just spawn under your feet, spawn at your back, and it was a lot more difficult to train zombies in that open world aspect as compared to how it is here in round-based zombies. My next tip here would be to use your equipment. Now, with the open world in Modern Warfare Zombies, we were often buying Casimirs and monkey bombs and stocking up on equipment that we were going to take into the dark ethers with us. Where here in Black Ops 6, you don't have those dark ethers. Your end game is the game that you're in right now. Your end game is in the part of just you not dying. And believe me, it can happen super fast. You might be chugging right along, and the next thing that you know, you just took 2 very quick downs in very quick succession, and your game is over in Black Ops 6. And I get that that can be super frustrating, but hey, that could also happen in MWZ. But yeah, I get it. You could store more self revives, all of those things. But through here, you need to make sure you're using your equipment to help you get out of bad situations. Make sure you are popping those field upgrades, using those decoys and those Casimirs, monkey bombs, things that you find on the ground, the thermites and the Semtexes, everything that you find in game. Make sure you're picking it up, make sure you're using it, and help yourself out in the game by using that equipment, because you don't have anything to save it for here in round-based zombies other than keeping yourself alive. Whether it is round 5 or round 55, if you're in a pinch, you're in a pinch. Make sure you're using those equipments that you gather in the game to help you out and help you stay alive. Tip number 3 for me: complete the SAM trials across the map. There will be SAM trials that pop up at random intervals. Go to those things. Make sure you're completing as many of those things as possible. Now, I understand you get to do some of these SAM trials, and it's really one that is either super ridiculously hard for you to do, or maybe not safe for you to do that particular run, and that's fine. Just simply don't do it. But if you get one that's nice and easy, say just a little holdout where it says hold down this area for 90 seconds, 2 minutes, whatever it is, well, just do that. That's just an Outlast contract, and you know how to do an Outlast contract. I've seen you do it for an entire year. So complete those SAM trials, because those SAM trials can offer you some amazing rewards. I have gotten epic ether tools and legendary tools. I have gotten crystals out of those things. You get equipment out of there. You can get salvage and essence. You can get all sorts of different rewards out of doing those trials. You're not guaranteed to get those rewards, but you do have the opportunity to get those rewards, especially if you complete the SAM trial in its entirety and you earn yourself the legendary reward to go with it. And that kind of ties into the next tip, is make sure you're picking up the keys. So boss zombies on this game can drop you keys of varying rarity. They can be green, blue, epic, or legendary rarity keys that they can drop in. Each of the maps here at launch have armories well, the Terminus has an armory and Liberty Falls has the bank vault. Now, Liberty Falls does require you to complete a small little side quest in order to open up that bank vault. And if you want to see that, I do got a video up here on the channel, but it is super easy to get that bank vault unlocked, so that way you are able to take those keys into the bank vault whenever you pick them up. And it's a safe place where you have like 45 seconds that you can go ahead and open up a loot box. And it's also safe to get out of, as it'll be a little energy mine that'll push all of the zombies out of the room. So it's safe to get out of as well, even in the middle of a round. So you got yourself a key or whatever and you need to get somewhere safe for a minute, hey, pop into your vault really quick, because it's a safe place and it might let you get your bearings, especially in a higher round. But you can get all kinds of great rewards out of those. I was playing on Terminus yesterday and I was able to get myself a legendary ether tool and a monkey bomb at one of the most critical times for me, as I was trying to complete the Terminus Easter egg, and I really needed both of those items, and bam, they gave it to me. I've even seen self revives in there. There are weapons in there with very high rarities, things like that. Now, of course, the higher the rarity key that you pick up, what you're supposed to get is higher rarity loot, but I've gotten some really good things with blue keys and I've got some really crap things with legendary keys. So you never really know exactly what you're going to get. So go ahead and use those keys. I would probably skip over the green keys, especially later in the game. Just skip over the greens. You're really not going to see those late in the game anyway. But nonetheless, go ahead and make sure you're using those keys across the map, because it's going to help you get a ton of different rewards that are going to help you along your way. All right, tip number 5, make sure you are using the right perks. Now, I'm going to focus in here as a solo player, and I think the very first perk that you should purchase every single game that you play as a solo player is probably Juggernog, and very short after Quick Revive. And you can even you can flop those. You can absolutely flop those, because both of those are absolute critical perks for you to use here in Black Ops 6 Zombies. Now, I have been asked multiple times which perk I think is most important. I kind of feel like my Quick Revive perk is pretty darn important for me as a solo player, but Juggernog is right up there, and I would say they are pretty much equal with one another. As being solo, you need those two perks. You need that extra health, and you need to be able to regen that health a lot faster. The way the armor plates work in this game, there are many different attacks that come from different zombies that don't even touch your armor plates. I have died in Black Ops 6 with a full 3-plate vest on, and I've died. So there are things that don't even affect your armor here in this game, and I haven't fully 100% figured out exactly how that system works yet, but it is in there. So armor plates, a little bit less important than the perks that you're choosing. You need that extra health, and you need to be able to regen that health as quickly as possible. Tip number 6 here would be ammo management, and this is much more important come the later rounds, because after round like 25, it is a lot. It is a lot of essence to refill your ammo. It's 5,000 essence every time you hit that ammo cache. So making sure you're doing things like using your field upgrades and equipment and things like that at higher and higher rounds in this game is going to be critically important for you, as ammo is just incredibly expensive. In the early going, it's only like 250 essence, but even still, 250 essence in the early going is also a lot of essence. So make sure you're doing what you can to mitigate the amount of bullets that you're using, and you can use all of these tips here using your equipment and training and hitting critical shots, and all of those things will help you use less ammo, and that is something that you need to focus on and something you need to learn to do here in round-based zombies. And also keep in mind the bosses around the map. When you kill manglers and amalgams and things like that, they generally do drop you at least one magazine of ammo on the ground. So make sure you're finding that and picking that up, because that's going to be a huge help for you. And that's going to lead me into Gobblegums. Gobblegums offer you a ton of great different power-up options, and some of the best Gobblegums that I like to bring into games with me are things like Cash Back, which spawn you in a max ammo, which come in crucial and clutch when you're in higher rounds and you don't have any essence and you're about out of ammo. I could pop a Cash Back Gobblegum and I can get a full ammo power up there that's just gonna spawn right in front of me, and that is something crucial. Now, if you don't know how Gobblegums work here in Black Ops 6, it's really simple. So in the menu before you come into the game, you can go ahead and you can edit your Gobblegum pack. You're gonna be able to bring in 5 Gobblegums into the game, and if you take a look at your inventory, if you go and hit the edit that pack, you can then see your entire inventory of Gobblegums. Now, these Gobblegums are earned through playing the game. Every so many rounds, the Gobblegum thing will spin up on your machine and it'll tell you which Gobblegums you earn. Now, those will go straight into your inventory. So you'll see a little number in the upper left hand side. That's going to tell you how many of those Gobblegums that you have in your inventory. So you can create a pack of 5 Gobblegums that you will bring into that game. Now, you can create multiple packs of Gobblegums, and you can change that pack of Gobblegums that you're using mid game. So keep that in mind as well. But every time you hit the Mr. Peak's Gobblegum machine in game, it's going to spit you out at random one of those 5 Gobblegums that you have in your pack. You can hit the Mr. Peak's Gobblegum machine absolutely free. You can do it once every round or every 300 seconds, whichever comes first. And you can hold 3 Gobblegums at a time in your game. Now, if you don't use the Gobblegums, even though you are holding on to them in your inventory, if you do not use them, at the end of the game, they will just go right back into your inventory, so you do not lose them just because you pulled them out of the Gobblegum machine. So make sure you're hitting the Gobblegums and have some Gobblegums on hand that can help you out. There are tons of great Gobblegums. If you got the Ultimate Edition pre-order here, you probably have a Perkaholic Gobblegum that is sitting there waiting for you to take it and use it in game. Hey, take that one in, use it for a boss fight. Use it for the boss fight, get all your perks, and try out one of the Easter eggs with it. And then finally, my final tip here in the game is simply take your time. Have a little bit more patience. Make sure you're training up the zombies and putting yourself in a good spot. Don't make silly mistakes. You're going to make those mistakes, but learn from those mistakes. Mistakes in this game are extraordinarily punishing. If you had a Perkaholic, if you popped a Perkaholic Gobblegum and then you go down, you're gonna lose all but 3 of those perks. That is incredibly punishing. Anytime you go down, if you only have 3 perks, you're gonna lose 1 of the perks. And if you don't revive yourself right away, you're gonna lose more of those perks. So you need to make sure you're constantly putting yourself in a good position. Get onto the maps, learn the layout of the maps, learn the best places for you to fight the zombies. The best place for somebody else to fight zombies might not be the best place for you to fight massive hordes of zombies. So find out somewhere on the map that works good for you when it comes to training up zombies and fighting a large horde and keeping yourself safe. But more patience and taking your time. There is no time limit in round-based zombies. You can go as far as you want or as little as you want. It really doesn't make much of a difference. And if you want a little bit of an XP boost, if you want to earn those augments a little bit faster, go ahead and exfil. I would suggest going to round 21 and exfilling if that is your only goal, is to level up your augments or to do your camo grinds. I wouldn't really go too deep a rounds if you're just grinding camos. Go in and play 10, 15, 20 rounds and exfil out of there and then restart again, because it's a whole lot easier in the beginning stages. And you can also use the Rampage Inducer to get the first 5 or 6 rounds out of the way that are super slow as well. So just take those tips. I hope that they help you to become a little bit better in Black Ops 6 Zombies. These are just things that I learned from me hopping in and trying to get better at this game here. So yeah, I hope it helps you. If it did, please consider hitting the like button, subscribe to the channel for more. My name's Cole Whip, and I'm out.